We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. What movie's that from? Shout out, chat.
No idea.
Horton, here's a who?
Man, this thing's pissing me off.
Yeah, do the whole show like that on your damn tippy toes.
Look at it, man. What am I supposed to do with that? I need an Allen head.
Well, this is a mechanic shop. We probably got one laying around.
Yeah, but then I got to go down there and get it. I think it's getting worse the more, more I mess with it.
Sure.
You got something to prop it up with unless you just want to walk 20 steps and go get one?
That's definitely not going to stay.
All right, we're good. We're back. Let me get it a little closer here.
Good God.
All right. Good morning. I'm good now.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Oh, come on. How's everybody doing?
Good morning. Good morning. So,
Man.
if you're new here, a little introduction to the show. This is Colton. Across from me, the most handsome man in the whole shop, Mr. Jake White.
Mm-hmm. The Rattler.
The Rattler.
Terrible nickname.
Sitting next to him, also across from me, we have Mr. Mason. All the way back from beautiful
Gulf Shores.
Oh,
Wow,
God.
so far.
So far away. Yeah, if you're new here, this is our show. We do 4 days a week, Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. live on YouTube. Tell your mama, tell your friends, because Flying Wrenches is on the line.
He was about to say Facebook is on the line.
Yeah, I was about to say something. Oh, okay. So before we get into our topic today, the F-150 buyer guide, which is probably got to be the hottest topic and definitely the most questions you get asked about.
Yeah, you get a lot of questions. A lot of I'm going to buy this truck tomorrow. What do you think, man?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those.
Again, we have some new merch. Working on trying to get Mason to take pictures of them today so we can post them for sale. Mm-hmm. Just
Maybe.
It's just always waiting on Mason. We do got a couple of shout outs for Shop Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are sponsored here on the live show by Shop Monkey. We use Shop Monkey every day in the actual real world. I've come to like it a lot. I know they have a lot of really nice features on there that we've came to use. You know, me and Jake pretty much do all the click clacking ourselves. There's nobody. We don't have no assistants. We need some assistants. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That is a good idea.
It's hard to find, hard to trust somebody.
Yeah. But Shop Monkey, honestly, has been a lifesaver for us. I know we started out using spreadsheets, and that was tough. So Shop Monkey has really came around, and it's been working for us. I really like it. So thank you, Shop Monkey, for sponsoring the show.
Okay.
If you want a free demo, they do demos. You can use you tell them Flying Wrenches sent you.
Flying Wrenches
sent you. Yes, sir.
Also, we have a little new segment we're going to be doing every day. Thanks to our good friend Fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fluffy brought this idea up to us, and we're going to be doing the tool of the day.
Yeah, tool of the day. I'm gonna try to come up with something better than the 916 socket.
All right. Do you have it already? Can you already put in the link for him? In the chat?
Yeah, if you want to pull it up and show them what it is. I don't know why, but people love this tool. I've made 2 videos on this, and both videos done extremely well. Extremely well.
Let me know when you got it pulled up, Jake.
This is something here at working on Fords that we use a lot, and it is parking brake cable pliers. You ever heard of those, Colton?
Buddy.
Parking brake. You used the set, haven't you?
We needed them. I needed them 2 days ago doing Sarah's brakes.
No, you didn't.
The electronic parking brake pliers, is that what you're talking about?
No.
Oh, then no.
He thought he heard of it, Jake. Oh, he's got it pulled up.
There it is.
So this is, I own a Snap-on pair, they're nice, but they're not the price I paid for them nice. So here's a set on Amazon, $35. If you're pulling cabs on anything of the older F-150s, F-250s that did not have, or F-250s never had a electronic parking brake, there's a cable that you have to get undone, and especially you guys up there in the Rust Belt, it can be extremely difficult. These pliers right here make it a breeze. I'll throw up a link in the comments if anybody wants to check them out. So we're going to probably try to find something once a day like this we can talk about. This is my first idea, but we'll see what we can come up with, huh?
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. All right, before we get going here, let's do. Let's see here. See if, who's all in here. Outraged, Humbert, Mr. Ty. Thanks for coming in. J Ram again. Always a good morning all the way out there. Awesome. Good morning.
Rocket.
Rockets out here. Jarrett. Thanks for tuning in on your way to work. Yeah. If you're new here, please shout out where you're from. What you do for a living?
You got to show them the book they
Oh yeah.
Which one was it? Rocket?
Rocket.
I think it was Rocket that paid for the book. Thank you, Rocket. We finally got it in. We're gonna read some.
Rocket, we may do a little private reading for you. Got a page in here selected specifically that we may try to get to today to read out for Mason and Jake,
Yeah.
whatever. The Fem's Guide to Mechanics. Let's see here. Who else got? Matthew, thanks again for coming in. That's not the real Mason. No, the real Mason is back here, being quiet and useful.
Yeah.
Expert Dave's, he's also here. You guys have a 60-second in the dive mount. Did he send us one? Did you send us another one? Or we did your truck, Dave. Your truck's clean as hell too.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
It's just like serial killer clean. It's a little too clean, man.
It is clean.
Like doesn't even look like anybody sat in it.
Kurt, thanks for always being here. Okay.
I think we might be on to something.
Hobbies
Jake.
mechanic,
Yeah.
still waiting on sombreros. Yeah. Well, one day. I don't even know if I've been to Mexico, but Cozumel. Does Cozumel really count as Mexico?
Yes.
Never been.
It's definitely Mexico.
I mean, I just don't think it really counts. I mean, I don't even, like, if you go to Las Vegas, if you've never been to America and you go to Vegas, can you say you've been to America? To me, that doesn't really count. If you just go to Vegas.
I've never really thought about it that way, but I guess I see your point.
Because if you go to, you're going to be fooled. If you're from Mexico, there's the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
There's the pier. There's the pyramids in the desert.
Jeez.
Uh-oh. What happened to our stream?
What do you mean what happened?
Did we not go down? Okay. It just on my end. Yeah, well, she has an issue. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he did send us his new video. I just looked.
Oh, okay. We do got it. All right. Thanks, Dave.
Yep, he sent it an hour ago.
She has an issue. Dang it. Not the 5.4.
Not the 3-valve. I can't believe that.
All right, there is the link to the tool of the day. Again, thank you, Fluffy. I don't think Fluffy's an early riser. I think he usually comes in on the back half of the show. But again, thank you, Fluffy, for the idea. We're going to hook you up with some of this fresh merch. Mm-hmm. Damn, that didn't go good.
No.
All right, let's get into the day's video, which is going to be the F-150's buyer guide. You guys got a good starting point? I hope we do.
I thought you prepared.
Yeah. I can tell you.
Can we look over our poll?
That's what I want to get to.
You was telling me about how you epically failed on the poll.
Yeah, so Mason set me up for utter failure with putting up that poll. Thank you guys for who responded to it, but so I put up best looking generation of F-150. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow we're going to be F-150 buyer guide. Almost all of them are even. We had over 1.1 million votes.
1.1 million votes.
Let me tell you something. What you didn't account for is everybody that was born before 1980.
Yeah.
1970s was the best looking. 73 through 96, 100 times better than any listed. Mid-90s and 60s car. My dad had a 96 Eddie Bauer, 2011. 04, mid-80s. Huge fan of 80s, 90s, 2000, 93, 90s. You set me up to die.
Yeah.
I couldn't even, what am I supposed to say back to these people?
I guarantee 3/4 of those people maybe used to have one of those trucks, but they don't know.
They drive a Hyundai Telluride or some crap. I don't want to hear that. But I mean, it's kind of really not the point. I mean, I love older cars too, but we're talking about, daily drivers, the cars that people are actually running up and down the road.
Yeah.
It's not, a 1973, a mint 1973 F100 or F4. What did they have in 73? It was F-150 by then.
F100.
I don't think they
F100.
read the rest of the post that said tomorrow we're going to be doing the F-150 buyer guide.
Yeah, because it's hard. We obviously can't include a 73 F100 in our buyer's guide.
Guys, come on, cut me some slack. About died. I was sitting on the turlet trying to choke that thing down, reading all these comments. All right, that's enough playing. That's enough yapping. Let's get into the list. Where you guys starting us off?
The 09 to 14 generation.
The
09
09
to
to
14.
14. All right, what's some specifics?
This, which I will real quickly say that I think the trucks before 09 were kind of ugly to me. They wasn't my favorite. They were a little bit improvement over the bubble, like the bubble, like the gold truck down there. Like what year model was that? Like 01, 99, 01, 02. Yeah. So I will say that I think the older body styles, I'm just not a big fan of them. I think the 09 was the start of when Ford started going in the right
really
direction.
Modern generation.
Yeah. So, anyways, 09 to 14, we're going to be breaking these up into, I think the easiest way to do it is going to be pros and cons. Pros and cons. And we're just going to put
engine, transmission mixed into it.
Yeah, and with just everything we can think of with particular body styles. So, in 09, they swapped the body style to whatever you want to call that. And I'm pretty sure in 09 was when they went to the 6R80, or was it prior to that?
It was 09.
09. Mm-hmm. So 09, you could get a 6R80, which is a 6-speed transmission with a 5.4.
Yep.
Right, which was an updated 5.4, correct?
Yep.
A little better, but it's
not much.
Still a 5.4, guys.
Yeah,
don't
had
get
a very
your
low
hopes
bar.
up. Don't get your hopes up. Yeah, we got to bring up that Koenigsegg engine we were talking about yesterday. That thing's cool. Like freaking supercar built. They got a V8. Jake was showing me yesterday. It looks just like a 5.4 Triton, dude. And this is like in a $2 million car. It looks just like a 5.4. But anyways, I am not a super big fan of the engine option there. But in 2011, I think things got a lot better for that particular body style. We got the Coyote introduced, and then on the flip side, we got the 3.5, which was very problematic. I've talked about this 100 times.
First gen 3.5,
yes,
right?
And you guys can tell me about your 250,000 mile one that has no issues, and I'm not doubting it. But what I'm saying is that I have seen a lot of issues with these trucks, and they're not $500, $800 job issues. These are thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Needs all of them.
Right, and it needs 47 different things, and it's got 180,000 miles on it. We see that constantly. It's real aggravating with what we do, trying to get people to understand why their truck needs $9,000-$10,000 worth of work. But the Coyote I think was great. I would definitely put that in the pro list. Yeah. The 3.5. I mean, I personally like the Gen 2s better, even though they had the cam phaser debacle, but. Don't like 3.5. That's definitely going in the con list.
Yeah.
As far as transmissions, though, what you think about the early 6R80s?
I liked them, other than torque converter shutter, and they had some lead frame issues.
Problem. That's what I was going to say. So on the early ones, by now they're all solid.
Yeah.
But at the time, they had a problem with the molded lead frame on the valve body. And that was very, very problematic for the early 6R80s. But as a unit, I don't think Ford's built a stronger unit.
No, the internals are great.
Yeah, I don't think they've built a stronger transmission than the 6R80.
Yeah,
ever. Trying to think of anything else on the 09 to 14 model. So
you could get the 4.6. That was the base engine option in 09 and 10 with a 4-speed still.
Oh, you could still get the 4.6 too, huh? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So there was no V6 engine in 09 or 10.
Yeah. If you want a unicorn that'll literally last forever, 09, 10, 4.6 with a 6R80, you talk about a bulletproof truck. There it is, man.
They had the 2 and the 3-valve 4.6.
Shout out if anybody's got a 09, 10, 4.6 with a 6R80 out there. Probably not. Can't be a lot of them.
Probably not.
Yeah. So 09 to 14 trucks. I know we had had some issues with the issue that I can think of that I know I've done many a times was the fuse relocation kit on that junction box they had up there, which I don't know, most of those have probably been fixed by now as well.
Evap temp sensors.
Yep, and a lot of evaporator cores. Remember, because so 09 to 14, that's a big thing to think about, I guess, if you're buying a 200,000 mile truck. Is has it been in the fields, in the dust, in the dirt? Because those trucks, the 09 to 14s, does not have a cabin air filter.
Yeah, they didn't start that until 15.
And 15 on the 150. So yeah, like that's a big ordeal. I mean, you're talking about a $2,000 job if you need an evaporator core in one of those trucks.
Yeah, or the recirculation door.
Yeah, recirc door bust. that seems like it's not just a Ford thing. We pull
No,
that
no.
Dodge dash down there, and boom, there's a broken recirc door.
Yeah, brittle plastic.
But other than that, I mean, the bodies on the trucks are. I feel like they're a really solid truck. I know another issue I've seen a lot on those trucks is the wires breaking and the door jams. That's a super common. I bet I've seen 12 or 15 of those over the last 5 years with those particular trucks. But overall, when I see somebody's got a 11, 12, 13, 14 Coyote with a 6R80, if you change your oil, it's going to last you a long time, a very long time.
So at the top of the list for the first gen,
For sure, Coyote.
Coyote with the 6-speed,
Yes.
6R80.
6R80, bulletproof transmission.
At the bottom of the list. So if you're, like you said, this is
3.5 EcoBoost.
3.5 EcoBoost, all the same transmission still, 6R80?
Yep.
Okay.
And same thing. Those early 3.5s, the 11 and 12s were even worse. They
Yeah,
had some freaking.
That's a weird turbo designs too.
Yeah, weird turbo, and then they had the damn electric vacuum pump. It's a funky little thing, and then they changed all that in 13.
Yeah. All right. So you got your picks for the first ones out there. I see a couple new names down here. Jeremiah, will you? Thank you for joining us. If you have been here, just again, we appreciate you commenting. Moving on to the second generation.
Jeremiah said something about sunroofs. I'd say the opposite. I'd say I've seen far less sunroofs break on 09 to 14 models
Than the 15
than the
ups.
15 ups. Like I've repaired hundreds.
Yeah.
It seems like probably not actually hundreds, but a lot of sunroof guides.
Yeah.
A lot of sunroofs.
I think just more of the 15 and up trucks came with sunroofs.
Yeah, that was probably a lot of. Cause I know the 09 to 14s broke, but they didn't have
They
real
had the single
replaceable
pane.
parts. Yeah, I think those were pretty much you had to replace the whole thing. But yeah, I guess that brings us into our next segment, the 15 to
17.
Yep.
Really, is it really 15 to 17, or could we say 15 to 20?
It's kind of 15 to 20 just because there's a little overlap between the two.
They changed the front clips on them.
Yeah, it's the same generation. It's just a refresh.
Okay, so we'll say 15 to 20, because I feel like that's better represented.
Yeah, go ahead. Spit it out, boy. You got it. You was right there on the verge of getting it, son. You was real close.
Man.
Jesus.
15 to 20. I'd say that's pretty much what I've kind of cut my teeth on. I've done
Probably my favorite.
worked on more of those. Yeah, my favorite to work on, but they had a lot of issues with those trucks. I mean, a few, not even talking about engines or transmissions, is all the water leaks they had on those. I mean, how many times have we worked on trucks that had moldy carpet because of a sunroof clogging up, the drain clogging up, sunroof not sealing up right, a windshield leaking? Ford had a big recall on several year models of
Those
those
rear
trucks.
glass, sliding glasses that always fall down.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of stuff like that I can think of. And then, with 15, 16, we had the Gen 1 3.5 still. And then 17, we got the Gen 2, which I think was better. It just had the cold start rattle problem. Everybody kind of knows about that at this point. But when they went to that in 17, we got the 10R80, which, as much as I think me and Jake love the 10R80, it's kind of
Most
hard.
people do not.
It's kind of hard for me to say they're a great transmission.
Thank you, Eric.
They're just not.
They're great once rebuilt.
Yeah, they're extremely good once they're rebuilt. The dual panel sunroof is the work of the devil. That's what we're talking about. That dual pane sunroof, so the tracks would break. I've seen the actual
Housing.
assembly itself break. That sucks because you got to drop the headliner out and the seats and all that. It's pretty tough to do that. And they leak. Like, that's what I tell people, I want a sunroof. My mom's like that. She has to have a sunroof. If she does not have a sunroof in the vehicle,
Who does she think she is?
She's bougie.
She
man.
driving down the
She's
PCH?
bougie. She's bougie.
Driving up to
So-
Malibu?
Yeah. But I
Malibu.
tell her all the time, like, Mom, you literally are buying a car that has a factory water leak hole cut in the roof, pre-cut, like it's already cut up there for you, so it'll leak. Like it's just idiotic to me. I would personally never buy a vehicle with a sunroof. They look cool.
I'm definitely
but
buying one.
Look, see, he's bougie. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't gotta have that.
They're cool.
It just looks better.
Especially in Florida.
Even if
I mean,
I
you
never
wouldn't get
use
that
a
because
sunroof.
you live across the state line in Bama country.
In Bama
We're from
country.
Florida.
You come into Florida, the Sunshine State. You want that. There's a difference too, like the sunshade and
The free state of
the
Florida.
free. Like when you cross that line into the free state, that sun feels different.
Yeah.
You stay here in old commie Bama. You and old Meemaw. She definitely worked for the SSR back in the day. And definitely, she's old enough. Probably wasn't very chill during the Jim Crow era.
He done got out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, you got out there.
All right. So 15 to 20. Anything else you can think of, Jay?
The Gen 2 5-liter was much better than the Gen 3. I wouldn't recommend the Gen 3. They seem okay, but they consume oil, make a lot of noise.
When the Gen 3 come into effect.
2018.
18.
Okay.
So
Again, for somebody like me, if you're listening, you're in the market, you might want to divide that up at least a little bit, so that way you can.
yeah, so 15 to 17.
I think you had
was
it right the first time.
Gen 2 Coyote. But see, that's what I'm saying. It's just all doesn't cross over like that because you had 15, 16, 3.5, and they put a different 3.5 and 17 in with a 10-speed. And 17 was a weird year because you could get a 3.5 with a 10-speed or a 5.0 with a 6R80. So there was two different engine
Or
options.
a 2.7 with a 6R80 and auto
Yeah.
start-stop.
Exactly. Yeah, which only came in the 2.7 that year model.
Yeah.
So kind of some weird stuff, but the Gen 2, like I said, the 15, 16, 17 Coyotes
Yeah.
are a lot more solid than the what just happened? What happened?
Mosquitoes.
He walked over there and
Don't put that
caught.
on
He
the
said,
air.
"He said, bitch." Oh man, the 18 to 20 Coyotes, huge power increase from the Gen 2s, but they came with some problems. They just rattle. They're noisy. Not a super big fan of them. Came with plastic oil pans that like to leak a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff like that. The 10R80, like I said, I love it. It's been paying the bills for a hot minute now. But, I mean, I'm not going to pretend like it's a burden on the public. Anybody that buys a $35,000 vehicle and then has to spend $6,000 having the transmission repaired before 100,000 miles, that's kind of wild, I mean, I'm not complaining because I am the one getting paid, but I understand where a lot of you are coming from when you don't like the 10-speed. And what's sad about it is it's really not that bad. It's just a few parts that Ford, I don't know, they just didn't account for it. I guess maybe they didn't do enough, research on it. Maybe they didn't
Just do it to market.
experiment it. I don't know. But they definitely dropped the ball with that one. And I don't think GM done much better on theirs from what I hear. Hear a lot of problems about that.
Okay, so give us a couple key options that you would be if you're in the market between
So, I'll say
15 and 20.
15 and 20, I'll say don't sleep on the 2.7 EcoBoost.
No.
At all. Any of the year models, 6-speed, 10-speed, either way, I think the 2.7 is a great option, honestly.
Other than leaky oil pans, they last forever.
But, I mean, the engine is extremely, like
Yeah.
I said, we haven't worked on them. We don't work on them hardly ever, honestly. And the 3.5, I cannot say the same for. It's constantly working on one of those. Even the Coyotes, we work on those a good bit. I think there's a lot more 3.5s and 5.0s out there, but at the same time, I've seen a ton of 2.7s get sold at the dealership. And almost never they can't. I mean, if they did come back, it was generally for something minor. It needs a catalytic converter. It maybe had a faulty fuel injector or something like that. It's never been, and this thing needs $9,000 worth of work, Mr. Timmy.
Oh, okay.
Other than the 2.7, I can say that all the naturally aspirated V6s Ford puts in their F-150s is that's a disgrace to the American population. They're sorry, they're slow, and they might last forever and get good fuel mileage, but I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate them. If you got a V6, you got to have turbos on it, or it's got to be a V8. That's the only thing that should be in a truck.
You know what engine you're leaving out?
What?
The 3-liter.
The 3-liter diesel. Screw that truck. Stupid.
Yeah, do not buy.
Ignorant.
So that's at the very bottom.
Very bottom, man. They're
3.0
slow.
for the recap, 15, 20.
Look, I don't know how to recap. I just have to go.
You want clips?
Kinda, but
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, once I get going on something like that,
Okay, well, let's put the brakes on. We know you hate it.
put the brakes on. 2.7 pro list, 2.7 6-speed or 10-speed. But like I said, 10-speed, they're problematic, much more problematic than the 6-speed.
15 to 17 5-liter pro list.
Pro list for sure. Gen 3 5.0, which is the 18 to 20, probably would fall over into the con. I just wouldn't like them, and not to mention it's paired with that 10R80. Like I said, just if you own one, you're gonna come
Bring
see
it
us.
here.
You're gonna come see us. Like I mean, we don't. That's the good thing about the 10R80 is like we don't have to go out and find customers. They find us because they're
everywhere.
Shit's broke. Shit's broke. But
we had one get dropped off yesterday from Illinois.
Hey,
Never stops. Never stop. Every day there's new trucks out here.
Yeah.
So, other than that, 3.5 all the way around is going in the con list. Just
A lot of issues.
Even if you buy the Gen 2 or a decent engine, but still going to have to spend over $3,000 on cam phasers at some point if they haven't been done under warranty or done somewhere else. Which most of them make it out of warranty before they start rattle. That's the crazy thing. 10R80s most time make it out of warranty. Cam phasers most time make it out of warranty.
Yeah.
You're talking about 5 years, 60,000 miles. So said they usually make it out.
Yeah.
We've built, how many of them have we built that had 70, 75, 80,000 miles on it? All the time. We done an expedition the other day, had 96,000 miles, needed cam phasers and a transmission overhaul.
Yeah.
It's tough living out here.
$11,000. And I mean, you just think about it. If you went and bought a used vehicle with 55,000 miles on it and you drove it for a year and a half, 2 years, and then boom, hey, 11,000 if you want to keep going.
Yeah.
Well, that's a problem.
That is a big problem.
Eric out here again. Eric's always good to us, dapping us up.
Oh, yeah.
What we got here?
Appreciate it, Eric. You can read that one, Jake. I ain't got it pulled up anymore.
2.7 Gen 1 is a good engine. Says it has the same block material as a 6.7 Power Stroke, but more horsepower on a smaller engine means more wear and failures.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Horsepower equals
Problems.
decreased longevity.
Problems.
Decreased longevity. Yeah. That's something I've always kind of could see that was a lot different in aviation is, they have times like after this amount of hours you have to overhaul the engine. You have to tear it down, inspect, and all that. So if you look at the time on like a, just a naturally aspirated, 4-cylinder boxer that like what we flew, it'd typically be high, 2,500. You could push them over 3,000 hours sometimes. But the turbocharged engines, they got like 1,200. So half the amount of time that engine's wore out just because it's had the turbo. But the difference is that plane goes a lot faster, climbs a lot better. I mean, it's just more economical for what it's doing. So,
What are you gonna
I mean, the real question is, do you want to be cool or do you not want to be cool? I want to be cool.
Okay. RK, thanks for joining. I don't know if you've been here before. If you've been a listener, we love having you here. He's got a comment down here.
2013 3.7 V6, 135.
Lasts forever.
Belly 5.0 should be the only option in those half-ton pickup trucks.
Sick.
Good luck merging on New Jersey Highway. Love it, man.
Okay. So now that we've gotten with the overall second gen, or whatever you want to call that.
Is there anything I missed,
15.
Jake? I don't think really there's.
Just differential issues.
They had those in 09 to 14 too. I've built just
About
as many of
all of
those.
them.
It's the same diffs.
So bottom of the end, don't buy the 3.0 diesel.
Yeah.
Top of the end would be you saying the 2.7.
Or probably the Gen 2, the 15, 16 Coyote.
Okay.
Probably my choice.
All right.
What you have.
Yeah.
The problem with yours is you don't change your oil though.
Yeah, but the problem is I don't have any problems. So keep that
They're
in mind.
coming.
They're not coming.
you know how that everybody's always scared when they get older. They go in the doctor. The doctor's gonna tell you got 6 months to live. That's how your truck is. Like it's you haven't took it to the doctor and gotten a diagnosis, but I can tell you as a doctor that its lifespan is probably not a long time.
What do these guys know? A couple of nerds over here.
Man.
All right, let's get into this last one.
Okay.
21 and up.
Freaking sucks, man.
Thanks for the show, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sucks. What do you think, Jake? What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like they tried to do a lot of good, but they kind of hurt themselves a lot with a lot of the electrical issues that the newer ones have. They're trying too hard to put everything together, and it just it don't work.
Yeah, and they want to do everything. They want to communicate with the internet.
Yeah,
track all your information.
everything.
It's wild, man. And the newer they get, the more that stuff talks to each other and communicates with each other.
They know everything about your vehicle.
How are you going to commit crimes in the future?
You're not.
That's the whole point.
That sucks.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, where would we be without O.J. Simpson? Or, I mean, people like that. The
most famous Ford driver all time.
I mean, where would we be without those guys,
I don't know. That's a world I don't like to live in, though. Yeah. I do hate that he's off Twitter now.
Yeah.
Because he's dead.
Yeah.
But he was on Twitter for a long time.
I was about to say, ain't he dead? Like, what?
Hello, Twitter world. It's your friend, the Juice.
The Juice.
This is the Juice here. I'm bringing you the swings out on the golf course. Talking about power and how much he loves everybody. And at the same time, you're like, the best part was, if you go back and read the comments on them videos, was
it'd be some good
ones. Nuts, dude. Them people are crazy. I mean, they're also talking to a man who killed his wife and boyfriend.
Allegedly.
Hey, I guess actually, he didn't, because he was acquitted. All charges. Mic drop it then death.
Do it.
Did 10 years for stealing his own merchandise. That's the weird part. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so
thoughts on the newest
21 up F-150s.
Yeah.
So obviously we've established they are much harder for us to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, though,
they fixed the cam phaser issues.
they did. They fixed a lot of the issues with the 3.5 along the way.
They fixed the CDF drums in the middle of 22.
Yeah. I was about to say, no, not 21, 22. We've it's 25, so I guess it's 3 years now, but we've built as new as 22. We have not got to open up a newer one. We're going to open up yours here pretty soon in Mustang, so we'll get to see. I'm very curious
and the
to
F-150.
see. I want to see the CDF drum. Yeah, and we're about to do the 24 F-150. I want to see what the CDF drum looks like in yours and make sure it has that lip. Mm-hmm. I know they say it does. I'm sure it does, but we want to see.
Yeah.
Make a video.
The big thing about it is the outer shell. I want to see what outer shell is in yours, because I bet you it's not that anodized one or the black one.
I'm not real sure when they started implementing that.
I don't know if they told us.
Yeah, they're probably
They just
still
updated
running
the
the
part.
aluminum.
Yeah, run them till they run out. Yeah. Anyway, so 10R80 still has some failures there.
On the early ones.
On the early ones. The newer ones are TBD, to be decided.
Yeah, I'm sure Ford did something.
Yeah, they screwed something up. Yeah, we got these. So one thing I do not like about the 21 up, and I deal with this on my truck, is we do not have a shifter cable anymore. So there's no cable. Even though we still have like a traditional pull, there's nothing going to your transmission. It's all done electronically. So you pull it down. Yeah, so like what I really don't like about it, if you're in drive, like say I'm pulling in my driveway and I open the door before I, take it out of drive, it will
It'll
put itself in park.
Yeah,
we need to play the video. Or hell, didn't we play it on here? The one where he slammed the vehicle up into park. Or is that
I don't know.
I think you're imagining
you remember it's a newer Chevrolet, and the dude throws it up into park while they're going down the road, which it won't go into park, but apparently there's some kind of kill safety. He reached over there and shut the ignition off after he put it up in park.
Yeah.
And then it went into park. I mean, they're running 70 mile an hour down the highway. Oh, it's funny.
They also found that one of them, I guess what you call like electronic transmission switches on a Cherokee. Like my father-in-law has a new Cherokee.
They've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
I was trying to park it at Walmart the first time driving it. And of course, I think that I'm stopped when I'm changing gears. And then I'm trying to turn this dial into reverse, and then it's keep throwing me into park. I'm freaking out. Like, I can't get this piece of shit car back on. I'm stuck in the middle of a Walmart and a Whataburger trying to back it into a stall, and I can't figure it out.
What I do on my truck all the time is if you are moving at all whenever you put the selector into park, it will apply the parking brake as well, which I don't even understand.
That's a party.
You're mad at me because I put it in park while we were doing 0.2 mile per hour, so you're going to apply the parking brake. So next time I get in the truck, I got to disengage the parking brake. But I done figured out you can just drop her in gear and give her that gas, and she'll come off. Yeah. It'll go away. It'll go away. Man. So 21 ups, other than the transmissions,
we're also
engine-wise,
learning these as they come out every day.
Yeah, because, I mean...
They're still relatively new at this point.
Yes, and, we just... I mean, think about the 3.5 cam phasers. Those come out in 17, but I'm telling you, it was like almost COVID before I really started seeing... I mean, it was 2020, into 2019, first of 2020 when Ford come out with the bulletin about repairing them. So it was 2 or 3 years.
The old phasers back in them.
Exactly, and then it was another couple years before they fixed the problem. So I mean, I don't doubt that a lot of these newer engines are going to have some common things. I'm really curious to see because it wasn't at 23 on the Coyote. We went to variable displacement, right?
21.
But they are on all the Gen 4s on the trucks.
Some of the trucks got them. Some of them.
Do you know what variable displacement is, Colton?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So it's when you have a displacement issue and you're trying to make it more of a variable.
You're trying to vary the displacement.
Yes, that way you're not coming in all in one spot of problems.
VDE, what Ford calls it, variable displacement.
Nerd.
You've actually heard of it. You've heard, you know how Chevy has the 8 to 4-cylinder cutoff they come out with several years ago?
DOD.
They called it
they
DOD.
quit that.
No, it's cylinder deactivation. They're still doing it. And guess who
good.
else started doing it in 2021? Ford. The new Coyotes
Shout out.
have variable displacement. So up top, they have these funky looking rocker arms where basically they stop opening the intake valve. Or I think it's the intake. Yeah, I'm pretty positive.
Seems like a positive. Seems like we're going forward.
It's more moving parts to shut 4 of your cylinders off when you're driving at highway speeds.
Yeah.
But you're saving icicles. You're saving sea turtles. Because you're getting a paper straw, a sugar straw. You're doing all kind of you're doing the right thing.
You go talk to India and China.
No, we ain't getting all that. I watched Bernie Sanders the other day. I learned everything I need to know on Joe Rogan.
Oh, man.
You can go ahead and get that ready.
Oh, I seen that.
So, final thoughts before we move on to the next part of the show. If you're looking in the market right now and you got the big bucks, because if you're buying 2021 and up, you got a little cheddar.
Yeah, you got a little money on you.
You got a little cheddar on you.
You got good credit. One or the other.
I ain't got money or credit, if you can believe that.
The only other thing I'll say about the 21 and ups is that they started with more emissions equipment like EGR valves, EGR coolers.
EGR systems.
Yeah, I thought we were done with that. But
yeah, I remember I went through Ford training. That's what they were teaching us about how Ford phasing out the EGR systems. Well, how are they doing this? Well, they're doing it with cam phasers. So they're just leaving the exhaust valve open longer so that it retains some of that exhaust gases.
Got a new guy here.
Louise. Glad to see y'all. Glad to see y'all still going strong. Do you think the belt and oil that drive the oil pump is the Achilles heel of the 4th Gen 5.0? What do you think, Jake?
I think a lot of people were worried about it for no reason. We've seen a lot of failures of the actual traditional oil pump gears on the other ones, but I don't think the belts.
I mean, in normal circumstances.
No, not in normal circumstances.
You turning at 9,000 RPMs, the oil pump blows up. You can't be mad.
Yeah, but
I mean,
we've
daily
never
driving,
seen a belt have an issue on one of these new ones.
Yeah, we haven't, but
I think they've came a long way. I mean, this isn't 1990 anymore.
Yeah. I mean, and another positive is the 2.7's been doing this since it come out.
Yeah.
2015 is 2025, and I've seen a few pictures of some that were destroyed, but I mean, there's always going to be a couple in there.
I get why people would be worried a little bit, but I really don't think it's going to be a big issue.
No, I don't think so at all. And I will say the ones I have seen that were disintegrated was not maintained at all. Sludge in your engine. Luckily, you don't have a belt in the sump, though.
No.
But it is a wild idea. I can see why a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah.
It's kind of make you scratch your head like, who the hell decided
Yeah,
that
why,
we're going
why
to take
would we redesign it to do this?
take a rubber belt and run it down into the oil pan.
Kevlar.
So crankshaft spinning here, Colton, you got a belt that comes down off of it and goes to an oil pump gear. And then that gear is on a long shaft that extends way back here to where the oil pump is to turn it. But it's a belt in the oil pan submerged in oil.
Seems promising.
Well, it's just a wild idea if you ask me. I mean, like, who the hell was sitting there
mine
like...
wouldn't be broke.
Whatever.
Mine had
Yeah.
problems.
I just don't see why they thought it was necessary for the Gen 4. Because the Gen 4 Mustangs didn't get it mainly because it wouldn't fit. But
Yeah. Louise, we appreciate the super chat. Just to let you know, for $1 more, you can also become a member of the channel, get an extra podcast or live stream, usually once a week with our after hours show. Just something to consider.
No sales pitch or nothing here.
No sales pitch going on. Let's see. All right. You guys want to get into some chat before we do some clips, or you going to go straight into some?
Dude, I want to read that freaking book.
Okay.
oh man,
Well, we won't do so many clips. And let me tell you which one to go to. Then you can skip all those real fun ones. But this is the one. Don't look over here, Mason. I swear to God. Go to that one.
do it first.
Yeah, we'll skip them since we'll read a page out of the book.
Okay.
Let's see. I've got the answer for you. The business side of people so they can bring in more money. Well, you ain't heard.
Accurate statement.
Let me know when you got it ready.
Yep.
I want this when we get our new facility as the bathroom. This is the most fitting thing I've ever seen. Play that. Look at that.
Za tamasha, segunda, primeira, yeah.
That's cool.
That's it.
That's very cool.
There's nothing more perfect for our shop than a transmission sink with a gear shift and a gas hose as
I
the.
think we could turn it into a shitter though.
Stop. Gotta leave everything, man. This is a morning show, dude. There's families listening.
You don't shit in the morning?
Jake, why we even do
Stop.
this? All right. Go to the next video, Jake.
Next one down.
Yeah. Let me know when you got it ready. He just can't help but look, can he? Yeah. I like this guy a lot. This is the guy I was just telling you about.
You ready?
Yeah.
And it sounded like Plinko going down in there. And I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm
Did
gonna
you
do.
start it
That-
before?
No.
Did huge mistake. That nut just fell off in there, and it sounded like Plinko going down in there. And I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You ever had that happen?
That is what the nut looked like.
Not exactly like that, but yeah.
And yeah.
He's got a lot of and He is
afternoon.
in
Yep.
bad shape.
Yeah, he's
And,
upset.
I guess I just ain't been living right, man. Jeez, you can't see it.
Drop
And,
the oil pan.
I don't know how far it fell, so got this little
That's that
little
sound.
on, and trying to get that cover off to do a tune-up on it, and the oil cap was hanging on that cover, so I took the oil cap off and took the nut off, and it slipped out of my hand and
Gone.
got it. You have got to be kidding me. A freaking miracle. A freaking
If you guys like a shitty tire on Facebook and TikTok and stuff, send him that clip. Tell him we talked about him today. I like that guy. Tell him we shout him out.
Shout out.
The
Shout him
captions thing was struggling to keep up with what he was trying to say.
And yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
Also, did you guys see the General Lee fly?
I seen the video.
I did. You see the one I sent you? Did you see it,
Through
Mason?
the fountain.
Oh, dude. Okay, we'll go back. Go back above the turlet. I got all our business on the camera there. Not great.
Yeah.
You didn't see this clip over the weekend? I think it was like Summerton, Kentucky. The city put on an event of the General Lee. This is the funny one though. Play it. Listen to the audio of this.
150 feet over a fountain in Kentucky. That red convertible is a copy of the one called General Lee. It's featured in the TV series The Dukes of Hazzard. 35,000 people. Wow. Look at that guy. He's like, let me get out of the way. Gathered to watch this as a stuntman drove it right over the fountain, crashes into barricades.
Watch
no
y'all
one
do.
was hurt. But mission accomplished here. This daring stunt, a car soars 150 feet over a fountain in Kentucky. That red convertible is a copy of the one called General
Red
Lee.
convertible.
TV series, The Dukes
I
of
didn't pick
Hazzard.
that up.
35,000 people.
I wonder if he thought the stars and
guy. He's like,
bars
"Get
was
out
an
of the
open
way."
top or something. Ain't that nuts?
Yeah,
A city put that on in 2025. That's nuts.
somewhere I would live.
Some are thinking. I thought that was the coolest thing to see.
Yeah, that's pretty.
A whole
nuts, yeah.
town coming out, and I seen somewhere. I don't know if it's true that it was a old Crown Vic cop car decorated with panels of a Dodge. Don't know if that's factual,
I mean, you could probably.
but I like it.
That'd have been
I'm
cool.
gonna stick with it.
I know that dude probably stove up. That one looked like she hurt, bud.
Yeah, he
Like-
hit. Boom!
Like, you know that hurt. Oh man,
How'd you like the dude in the background running a 4.440?
All that stunt crew,
he
man,
was
dude.
getting it, son.
The most important guys, like the stunt crew guys. The guy who thinks he's also a medic is also nuts. All right. Well, we don't have any more clips, I think, that are relevant to that. We are getting ready for 4th of July, though. People getting blown up. There's a lot of people that are going to have less than this many fingers
Not me.
coming up. Mr. Cameron White here. Super chat. Here we go.
Is it worth the trouble changing the thermostat to a cooler one in a
Cooler?
3.5? Cooler. That's Family Guy. That's
I was thinking Waterboy. Cooler.
no issue with overheating, but I've heard good things of cooler thermostats. I don't know what year model you got, but I can tell you that the number one thing I've seen causing that's been a cause of the thermostat is the transmission overheating on the 10R80s.
Hot trans.
Hot trans, baby. Got a hot trans. You got to get your thermostat checked.
Check that thermi. We just did a video on that not too long ago.
I don't think it's
did.
going to hurt anything for sure.
No, that's what.
It probably needs a thermostat anyway.
Yeah, that's what I tell a lot of people. It's better just to be preventative with it.
Yeah.
You know? We typically we made it standard. Anytime we do a cam phaser job now, we replace your thermostat. Now
Just because all the
we don't
issues
use
with
a cooler one.
we just use a
cooler?
regular Ford one.
And I mean they make some cooler ones, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mishimoto or somebody makes some.
Yeah,
Sounds about
Motor
right.
Rad, couple different
Motorrad.
ones.
Go ahead and get us our car pulled up for the day.
Our deal of the day.
Deal of the day.
Hell yeah, brother.
This is one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yeah, he's got a freaking unit for you today too.
Oh, man,
After we get done with that, we got to go back to Dave's Diag.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So let's do Jake's deal of the day, and then we'll go back to Mr. Dave.
ready when you are.
Born ready. Oh, man, look at that.
He was sold when he seen Lincoln.
That's my dream car right there.
Yeah, he's got a Lincoln. He's got a Lincoln logo tattooed on him. He's diehard, dude.
Really?
I
He's
got a Lincoln
diehard.
logo
Show
tattoo.
him. Show,
That
show,
is
show,
tough.
show the chat.
You want to show the chat?
Oh, show the chat.
Let me pull it back on my camera.
Got that stinking Lincoln, boy.
Which way?
Got that stinking Lincoln.
This arm's got a couple weird ones, huh?
Yeah,
Shout out if you know what that is.
that's the best hand in poker.
No, this one. Don't spoil it for him.
Oh my god, don't nobody care about that.
I'm just saying that was a wild day.
Oh, Monkey Elvis this morning,
Monkey, there
boys.
we
Hope
go.
you have a great 4th of July. Thank you, Monkey.
Has he been here? Or you just been quiet? You just joining up?
I don't think he's been around.
Okay, let's go back to the deal. Thank you, Monkey.
Thank you, Monkey. Yeah, we're gonna have a great 4th. We're gonna be on the water somewhere.
Are we getting off?
Definitely.
All right, go ahead. Whoa.
He got it. He got it,
There you
bud.
go, pony boy.
Adios, amigo. I mean, what do you think it took for somebody to come to this point in their life that they had to do this?
Lots of ketamine.
That's a ketamine car if I've ever seen one.
Dude,
So,
that's a K-hole
the
car.
dudes in, wasn't it, you had the buddies in Pensacola?
Slipped into a K-hole.
Yeah, I met them down at
Yes.
World of Beer one time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You met
guys
them
that were
guys.
big into ketamine.
Yeah.
Those guys right there will give you, they'll give you an idea of what, I don't know, it made me feel a lot more normal, to be honest with you. I felt better about
check
myself.
out their music, Noise Lord on Instagram.
Noise Lord. Shout out Noise Lord.
Shout out those guys were chill, real chill.
So in put that in perspective, though, you were trying to get them to record an album for you at the time, so you were trying to snuck her up to them, huh?
Yeah, and at that time I was not abusing any drugs.
All you gotta do is do this ketamine with me, bro.
Dude,
Oh,
the
man.
coolest stuff though. They had the coolest house.
I bet
They had the
did.
neatest
Look at the
collection.
inside of this freaking car, dude. Tell me that don't scream K-hole, brother.
That dude's in a K-hole, active
Is that
K-hole.
art they got on the headliner?
Yeah.
What
I
else
mean,
would you call that?
I'm pretty sure that's the Starry Night if I ever seen one, like right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Ooh.
I mean, can you imagine getting blasted by these from the airbag?
You see them? All the stuff they got over the top
Oh
of the
my
airbag,
God.
flying projectiles.
And then
brother.
you have a normal engine bay.
Let me take a guess. Let me look at that. Let me take a guess on what motor that is. Go back. I don't see any labels. 4.6.
Oh, good job. If you didn't know that, I was gonna be upset with you.
About the skin of my
How
teeth.
you like the music notes?
Of course, they're in the music. I bet you Grateful Dead plays in that car nonstop.
You reckon? That looks more like a Rob Zombie kind of.
No, these guys are peace, dude.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
peace?
Look,
Oh yeah, there's a lot of colors
these
there. I
guys
see the
are
colors.
peace guys.
Look at the handle.
They got a handle to pick the hood up.
These guys do a lot of nitrous also.
Yeah, you think?
A lot
Go
of
back,
nitrous.
go back. What's it say down there?
What?
Money is good.
Landscape has been empty.
Since you've been gone.
No money, no peace. No money, no peace. Damn, I like that. Look at that. No money, no peace. No money, no peace. Look at it. Read that on the side. It's
I
too.
see it.
That's genius.
It says born, work
Yeah.
to pay bills.
Look at the apparatus his home is. He's got an open sign. He's got a business.
We've got another
They got the
handle.
matching handle on the back.
Dude,
I see no reason. That's got to be like what, Texas, California, out west. That's an out west kind of feller. Wow. Florida.
Florida. That tracks. That tracks. Florida, man.
K-hole, Florida. All right, we got a new guy down here wants us to do a plug. What's up, boys? Midwest F-250. Plug my channel. Trying to get my F-150 to 500,000 miles. You can do it if it's a 4.6.
What is it?
yeah, what
If
engine
you
you
can-
got?
Yeah, you got, man. That's
$10 more dollars, we'll tell you.
This up like
10,
that, man.
$10 more dollars, we'll get you on the right track. I promise you. Get us 10 more
Monkey
super
said
chat.
that
we'll do that.
airbag is a claymore at this point.
Pretty much.
All right, go ahead and get old Dave's pulled up for us. We're going to do the next segment of the show, which Dave is
Is this
contributing.
blind too?
Is this
Nobody's
blind?
watched this.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Dave
that's
just told us
dangerous.
this morning.
That's dangerous. I mean, Dave seems like a pretty decent guy, but I'm just saying.
Dave's neighborhood. I get Dave. Tell me you don't throw a badass party. You know Dave
You
throws
think
like
Dave
a
gets
house
down
party.
on the grill.
Dude, I bet on like a football day, like a college game day. I bet he slaps on it.
Yeah.
Shout us out. We'll come up there and do a podcast. We never figured out where he lived. I'm not going to put him on a blast like that, but we never did figure out where he lived. But yeah.
So, shout out Midwest F-150. He said he has the Monkey says he has the 3.5. Well, go check your channel out, man. I'll go check it out after the show.
You want to check it out live and rate it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, you don't know if you want to smoke. I think he just dipped in here, commented, and blasted.
Yeah, you reckon?
Oh, here we go.
You ready?
All right. We
All right, Mr. Expert Dave.
Expert Dave, are you watching? Are you here?
I
Roll
don't-
call.
It seems like he dips out pretty early, but we got your video here.
Yeah, it's here. We're doing it.
Go ahead.
I'm in the 315,000 mile 5.4 King Ranch, and I'm having an air conditioning problem. What's
Midwest.
going on is for the first 5 minutes that I'm in the truck, none of the AC controls work. Nothing on the screen, nothing down here. Anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes after I've been driving it, I can start using all the buttons again. So that's what I got going on. What's going on? What's about to go out? What module do I need to replace?
You got 60 seconds on the clock to help our friend Expert Dave out. And go.
That's a tough one, man. I didn't know this got some codes, and that's that early style bull crap that I don't know much about that. But I would say it's definitely got an HVAC module. That's where I would be starting, because the fact that you can't control it from the buttons or the touchscreen tells me that it's most likely not one of those two things, because the touchscreen and then the button panel is going to be two separated things. So if both of those are not working, you're most likely looking at the control. So my best guess with the information that was provided to me would be a HVAC module, but I cannot guarantee that.
I feel like Dave teased us. I thought it was going to be a 3-valve problem.
I bet you $1,000. Dave's from the Midwest now.
How you know that?
Accent.
Accent?
Yeah.
Are you the accent expert?
I'm the accent expert.
Not the oil change expert.
Nope.
Accent expert.
This ain't no take 5 though, but I'll get you going where you guarantee he lives like in southern Indiana or something. Southern Indiana, possibly, maybe he's not in the no Dakotas. Nah, Dave ain't no Dakota boy. Dave got to be like Indiana, maybe southern Illinois. Yeah, I'm putting it on
I'm
there.
going to guess Ohio.
Ohio's up there. South Ohio, because it's not full like Midwest, like real wonky, but it's sitting there. Dave, sorry about all that. Midwest F-150 says he has a 2021 F-150 3.5. Again, we would love to help you for another $10 more for your channel.
Nah, you'll probably do it in that 21, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Your trans ain't gonna make it for sure. But when
Come
it
see
goes
us.
out, come see us, bro. Come see us.
Yeah.
Ship that bad boy down here. We'll fix her up.
Yeah.
I was about to ask where he's from, but title says it all.
Midwest.
What part of the Midwest you from? Yeah.
All right, chat. Colton's not gonna do it, so I got to do it. I want somebody to pick a number. What page we're gonna read out of this book. I've been sitting here looking at it this whole time. Pick a page. First comment wins. Pick a page.
Shout out Rocket Mini, right? Rocket Mini funded
I'm pretty
this.
positive it's Rocket.
Rocket Mini funded this project right here, the Mechanic Shop Films Guide to Car Ownership, written by Jill Trotta, not John Trotta. Jill. That was a mistake.
Oh shit.
Really cool stuff. Let's see if we can get into it. Her claim to fame is that you can open up to any page and learn something. Is that what you guys want to do?
I'm just
yeah,
this
pick
is,
a page
This
number.
is the
Yes,
lady
right.
mechanic book. Nobody's picking a page number.
69.
69. I love it. What a good number to start with.
Okay. Jared, I want to say that's mildly inappropriate. I will do it. Just know that I do find it somewhat offensive. Let's see here. Oh, this sucks. So,
What do we got?
page 69 is about uninsured or underinsured motorist.
Oh, that's cute. I thought this was a mechanic book.
What do you want me to do? This is for the handymams.
Shout out Midwest, man. Coming through-
Shout out
coming
Midwest.
through-
One for the boys.
Coming through with All right, bro.
Dude, join our membership. Check out our live stream. If your shows and if your channel's any good, we'll cross platform with you. If your channel's crap, I redact that statement.
You're so mean.
All right, I flipped to a new one. Sorry, nobody wants to
Yeah,
buy
that was
insurance.
awful. Whoever picked 69. Ugh. Jared.
96. These guys are freaking hilarious. These guys are just like the funniest guys.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're still on insurance at that point. She's talking for insurance for 30 pages.
Oh, my God.
Well, how many pages is the book?
I like this page. Mechanic shop etiquette.
Oh, this would be good.
This is again, mechanic shop films guide to car ownership. This is page 130.
Feminist. Yeah, this is mechanic's guide to. This is a mechanic's guide to being a car owner by a feminist.
Yeah. This is mechanic shop etiquette. I spent a lot of time in this chapter discussing what a mechanic shop should do for you. But a relationship, any relationship, is a two-way street. It's important that you treat your mechanic with respect and kindness, of course, but it's more to it than that. When you walk into a mechanic shop, you're walking into a different world, one of its own language, customs, and quirks. If you can successfully navigate your part of it, you're way better off. A lot of mechanics have a difficult time communicating facts about cars to people who don't understand them, and the customers come in expecting the worst and believing that every word that comes out of a mechanic's mouth is a lie. Facts. That's a recipe for disaster. We can't control what a mechanic does, just our behavior. We can help what's usually difficult just a little easier. Say, hey, you'd be surprised how many times people walk into a mechanic shop and start spewing their problems without so much as a hello or a good morning. The person you're speaking to is another human, and they do that job frequently in abuse from customers.
Oh man, we're humans. I'm so glad to know we're humans.
Yeah.
Mechanics are humans, guys.
Shout out. Start your visit off with a politeness, and that may just go a long way. I didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. The headlight restoration was pretty good. Myths about EVs. I mean, there's all kind of great stuff in this book.
Do we have like a brake pad section or something?
I'm going to go to the index.
Yeah, well, let's just
Chapters.
briefly read over the index here.
This is our chapter breakdown. Chapter 1, budgeting, research, and more to help you buy the right car. Chapter 2, buying the damn car the right way. Chapter 3, which goes on for 30 pages. Car insurance and extended warranties. Chapter 4, your owner's manual and emergency kit. I feel like we got duped just a little on this topic. Number 5, how to find a good mechanic. You can't. They don't exist. Don't even bother going. Number 6, preventative maintenance, fluid, tires, belts, and hoses. That may be everything. Chapter 7, brakes.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Chapter 7, brakes. All right, let's go 159. I can't believe there's 159. Diagrams.
Wow.
We got diagrams.
Wow.
The book comes with pictures.
Oh boy.
What makes up your brake system? People are falling off of this live stream, by the way.
I wonder why.
That's okay.
This is tough.
That's okay. This is important to me.
Okay. What what parts make up the brake system? Good question. I like to divide the brake system into 3 primary categories: friction material, hydraulic components, and electrical components. You concur? He concurs.
I guess.
Understanding the components that make up your car's brake system will help you catch and, more importantly, take care of problems that occur in your brake system faster. Friction material is what you're likely most familiar with. See diagram A.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Then you have the hydraulic components.
I wish this was the after hours.
The
He
hydraulic
might have a
system.
point here. We can't.
Yeah, this is boring.
Okay.
Where people fell off. We just lost 30 viewers.
That's okay. They'll come.
Yeah,
back.
but I want to get back to this brake noise part because I'd love to hear solving that. I got a little issue
Yeah.
of my own.
If-
So again,
If they need that book, they do not need to work on their car.
I think the most interesting part, maybe we'll save that for the after hours as the introduction, because that is the forward in this book is the most intriguing part about her personal journey and how she came to write this book.
Yeah.
So after hours, we will read the forward on this thing, and it is nuts. So if you haven't yet, consider joining up for the membership, because we do a live after hours show, if you're new here, that isn't all the radio friendly. It's a little bit more of your, I don't know how you would put it, but that's the start for our show.
Yeah, we could properly review it on the after hours.
Yeah, we can give it a full comprehensive breakdown of the mechanic shop fem guide. I think so.
I guess what's striking to me is I don't understand why it applies to feminists. Why is it a mechanic shop?
No. I got it. All right. I got to read this one part then, because this is. We got to get. You don't understand.
No.
You don't understand. So let me read this first part, and then you'll get. If you haven't been caught up yet, this right here will help you understand yourself. Understand the book. Here we go. All right. offering automotive education that is accessible for everyone, regardless of experience. This is the core of my business and my guiding mission. If you've ever purchased a book about cars, no. You'll find that there are several things that you don't quite understand. But my most important part, though, is I'm trying to find what Dalton read, which is let's see here. Dang it, Dalton! I wish he was up here so you could read the part what I'm talking about.
After our show.
After our show,
we'll come
Oh,
back.
here it is.
We'll
Here it is.
revisit. Oh,
I got it. I got it. Thank you, Carrie Lewis, for joining the channel. If you're wondering what this book's about, it doesn't exclude anybody. All right. Welcome to the transformative guidebook that resonates with much more than clinks and clacks of auto repair, embodying the power of resilience, inclusivity, and authenticity, penned by the brilliant Kaya Michelin. This book is a testament of her tenacity, making the mechanics of the auto repair accessible to all. Kaya, in her vibrant, queer, fat, feminine majesty,
Can't say that stuff.
I'm not making it up. This is the words out of her book.
Banned.
Her vibrant, queer, fat, femme majesty is an emblem of authenticity and audacity and inclusivity. I, Jill, am a seasoned automotive professional for 30 years of experience. Let's get into it. After our show.
Look what Alex said.
I only know how to change my cars because of fraud.
Well,
I mean, the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
what?
I already joined, but I had to change my car because of fraud.
Why is it so funny?
I thought the one under it was funnier.
You know what's wrong with him? All right, we got to cut. We got to cut the show.
All right, we already went over an hour.
We are over. We got to get to work. We got some stuff going on.
Sorry about that.
I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
Northern Kentucky. My porch is 3-story tall. Dang, you can come to the cookout. Thank you, Dave. I knew you, Dave, could cook. I'm telling you, Dave can cook. All right, tomorrow's episode, what we doing? Shout them out before we get out of here.
We're going to be talking F-250s.
F-250s.
We're going to swap it up, kind of do the same thing we did this morning, but with F-250s. So, come back.
Come back tomorrow. F-250 Buyer Guide. If you're a member, thanks for becoming a member. If you super chat today, we appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Midwest F-150. Come back and hang out with us again. We're going to review your channel live on air, though. It's coming. You can't hide from it. Again, we have some new merch we're going to get posted up today, memberships, and I think that's going to be doing it for this episode.
Peace out.
We will be back tomorrow morning live. See you then.